Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will mark a new generation for the Pokemon series. They offer up the first truly open-world adventure and drop this November. It's also safe to say that they've become one of the most anticipated upcoming Switch games. The recent leaks have stirred quite a lot of excitement on the internet. These leaks claim that the games will be dropping 2 fan-favorite features, so let's dive right into the details. First of all, who is the leaker? The leaks for the new games have been surfacing non-stop on the internet for the past couple of weeks. There are some valid leaks from reliable sources, and there are other leaks which are not so believable. If these leaks are to be believed, one thing is for sure. Some fan-favorite features that have been there in the franchise for a long time will be missing from the new games. This information comes from a leaker called Kaka. You'll be surprised to hear that some of their claims have been backed up by proven leakers of the games. Next up, which features will not be present in the games? The leak suggests that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will not include fishing or bike riding. That's some sad news for the fans. Encountering water-type Pokemon was difficult in the games, but for years players used fishing as the primary way to do it. Other than this, the only way would have been to surf on the water. Surfing is, however, an ability which has traditionally come later in the games. We're not 100% sure about the leak being accurate, but assuming it's correct, it'll be very interesting to see how the new games handle water-type Pokemon encounters. The second claim is that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will not have a bike for players to ride. Now, if you're familiar with the previous games, you know that like fishing, biking has been a mainstay feature in the main series. It is a way for players to boost their movement speed, which sometimes has been required to progress in a number of areas. We'll not be seeing biking in the new games, but the leaks suggest that players will have an alternative method of travel. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet legendaries Koraidon and Miraidon can be ridden by players. This will effectively utilize them as the game's bike equivalent. If you ask us, this makes a lot of sense, as both of these legendaries have what appear to be wheels on their chests. Their designs also look somewhat similar to that of a motorcycle. The big question here is exactly when will fans encounter the legendary Pokemon in the game, as they've traditionally been saved for the end. An interesting thing to note is that these are open world games, and players have no restrictions on where they explore right from the start. If we consider this, there is a possibility that the players will be able to get their respective box art legendary somewhat early on, depending on where they go. However, this is only speculation based on unproven leaks, and you'll need to wait for the official information. So, what will it mean overall for the fans and the games? This might not go over well with the fans because of their connection with these OG features, but somehow it seems like the appropriate move. Newer generations of the games have been constantly evolving and adopting modern gameplay. It was about time that Game Freak introduced new methods of traveling around the map and also catching Pokemon underwater. It has also been noticed that players no longer need to make use of rods to engage in water battles. As for the biking feature, there may be another alternative other than the legendaries. We'll have to wait for that information, but it is very unlikely that there will be no transportation available until the end of the game. Traditional features hold a lot of importance in series like these, but at some point, new techniques should be incorporated to keep the new installments more fun and fresh. Even fans are starting to agree with this fact, and they are excited to take on new challenges and try out new ways to play. With this potential leak and all the other information surfacing on the internet, fans are more excited. We're getting closer and closer to the release date, and we see more and more leaks coming in from all sources. Half of these leaks may be true, while the other half is completely false. It is also looking like the developers have worked really hard on the news games with improved gameplay and way better graphics. Both the trailers that have been released so far don't give a lot away, but this doesn't stop the fans and obviously leakers from making wild assumptions. Now, onto some other related news. Do you know that a leaker has set a lot of expectations on the number of new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet? The Pokemon Company has not revealed much about what the games will contain, and that is why fans and leakers are onto every detail. One trustworthy leaker is Riddler Koo, and he has a proven track record that goes way back. However, this is still unofficial, so take this information with a grain of salt. The leaker recently shared the type of combinations for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet starters, and they also confirmed that there will be a new concept that's called the regional fakes. As of now, not a lot is known about what sort of new Pokemon will make an appearance in Gen 9. However, Riddler Koo shared details that might set high expectations on the new pocket monster count. In his tweet, Koo said that regional fakes are an new species of Pokemon, and they have their own Pokédex numbers. Players should expect something similar to Gen 6. Pokemon X and Y had a low amount of new Pokemon, with 72 critters being a part of the Pokédex. The games introduced 30 Mega Evolutions for 28 different Pokemon, as both Charizard and Mewtwo got their version of exclusive Megas. Allegedly, the new number of Pokemon in the games could be around 100 to 110 critters. For those who don't know, this is higher than that of Sword and Shield, which featured 89 new Pokemon at the release, and a total of 96 in Gen 8. He also confirmed that more species will be included in the games in the long run. We really hope that these leaks are true to some extent, as they've raised the bar for the games. Gamers should be careful, as Nintendo warns them not to play Switch amid heat waves. Japan, Europe, and the US are experiencing heat waves for the first time in years, and the Switch can overheat if played in environments over 35 degrees Celsius. Nintendo issued a warning that said if you use the Nintendo Switch in a hot place, the temperature of the main unit will become high. Moreover, the company recommends using the console in areas between 5 to 35 degrees Celsius. Let's talk about the main unit, as it may become hot during charging when it's operating. This can lead to low temperature burns if your skin is in direct contact with a hot part for some time. It is preferable to avoid, even if only so it doesn't send itself into sleep mode in the middle of a gaming session. The warning regarding not getting anything in the intake exhaust ports must also be kept in mind if you decide to bring your Switch outdoors with you. If there is dust or any foreign matter on the exhaust port of the main unit, be sure to clean it with a vacuum cleaner. Don't at any cost disassemble the main unit for your own safety. So, be careful and try following this advice in such weather conditions. Lastly, Game Freak co-founder Junichi Masuda has left the company for a new role. Masuda, who was previously the managing director at Game Freak, left the studio at the end of May, and he became the chief creative fellow at the Pokemon Company. He was one of the 3 co-founders of Game Freak and was involved in the development since its inception in April 1989. He played a notable role in the development of the series, initially serving as composer and helping with programming on the original Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue, before he took on more senior development roles. After leaving Game Freak, he will no longer be hands-on with the development of future Pokemon projects, and will instead oversee the production of Pokemon products in general. According to the company, he will utilize his deep understanding of the brand to develop new services and products. Moreover, he'll also tap into his years of experience and creative thinking. In a statement, Junichi said going forward, he hopes to transcend the boundaries of video games by trying to offer greater surprises, fun, and overall excitement to people all over the world. He also wishes to connect with people and expand the circle of play, and he will help bring about a richer world for everyone to share. This statement was truly heartfelt, and we can see his level of determination through it. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks and other related news? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!